What's up guys, Destiny 2 is already broken again. This build that I'm about to show off is mostly just due to the way mods work, but there is one part that is definitely a glitch and it just feels like you're straight up cheating. It makes the game so easy and honestly feels like one of the most broken combos slash builds ever. Before we get into it, my code AIR is 30% off for G Fuel right now. Also, if you need to purchase Witch Queen on Steam, you can do so on my Nexus store. Both will be linked in the comments and description. So what am I going to be teaching you guys today? Well, this. You simply are invisible for 100% of the time while still attacking with your weapons. Yeah. So that's a thing. They just don't have a chance. What can they do? Nothing. So starting off, this is on Hunter with a new Void 3.0. I'm using Marksman Dodge, doesn't really matter, triple jump, snare bomb. Then I'm also using Vortex Grenade, but you could also use Suppressor Grenade and argue it's even better for just this build. Then our aspects are Vanishing Step, dodging makes you go invisible, pretty straightforward. And the second one, Stylish Executioner. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. Then while you're invisible, if you melee something, it will weaken them. So more or less how this works is doing one of the three different things will proc invisibility. In this build, it's going to be suppression, and all you have to do is kill a suppressed target and it'll make you go invisible. Then while invisible, if you melee something, you will apply a debuff to them, and just like all the other void debuffs so far, it's going to be 15% and not stack with other things in the game. So far pretty good. Looking at our fragments with Void 3.0, the first one will be right here, Echo Leeching, where melee final blows will start health regeneration for you and nearby allies, and this will work with Glaive melee attacks, which is going to be very good and provide instant regen for you and your allies, which means this is going to be even harder to die with this build. Then we have Echo of Exchange. Melee final blows grant grenade energy. This once again will work with the Glaive melee attack. So in a way, it gives your Glaive demolition is built into the weapon, which is obviously extremely cool, and will give you infinite of whatever grenade of choice. Our next fragment will be Echo of Domineering, which is after you suppress a target, you will get greatly increased mobility and it'll reload your equipped weapon from reserves. So this will be useful in two ways. One, since during this build we will be more or less walking the entire time, having increased mobility will allow us to walk faster and should increase the recharge rate of our dodge. Then whenever we get a hit with our Glaive attack, it'll reload the Glaive from reserves. And our last fragment is this one, where it'll increase the duration of invisibility. Normally it is 8 seconds, but now with the fragment on, as you'll see, it'll go up to 11 seconds. So just a few more seconds of that invisibility. So that is all the stuff going on our subclass. But now looking at the most important mod, is going to be suppressing Glaive from the artifact, where damaging combatants with your Glaive will suppress them, which is how we're proccing the invisibility from our aspect. Then the second artifact mod right here, we will gain energy for our release charge ability when we suppress a target. So now how this all works without the glitch, you simply just attack things with your melee with your Glaive, and whenever you kill a suppressed target, which will be all the targets, you will become invisible. And there is a 2-second downtime of how often you can proc this, but you'll be invisible for a majority of the time when you're playing on light content, because it'll be very easy to chain and get final blows and reproc that invisibility. But the glitch that makes this pretty much straight up cheating is if you start attacking while you go invis, so dodge and start attacking instantly, you just simply won't become invisible. And that is because a while ago they added a 1-second window when you go invis that you can do attacks and it won't take you out of invisibility. That way you wouldn't accidentally just pull yourself out of invisibility the second it happened. And because of that little window, if you start attacking with a melee weapon, it just simply won't take you out of invisibility. So once you start attacking, you just keep attacking the entire way, and as long as you get a final blow every 11 seconds, you will constantly chain that invisibility over and over again. And a few mods we have to enhance the build. The first one will be Reaping Wellmaker, which is when we use our dodge, the next final blow will create a void elemental well. Then when we pick those up, we have a few things going on. The first one right here, which is going to be Well of Utility, and that's just going to give us an extra chunk of our dodge back. Then we also have the Well of Tenacity, which is a new Protective Light, 50% increased armor for a few seconds. We also have the artifact mod on, which will give volatile rounds to our Glaive's regular attack, not the melee attack, which will make the Glaive really good for accurate range. And finally, we have Phantom Might on to get that 25% buff to our void weapons. A few other mods we have on are Harmonic Siphon, which will create Orbs of Power from Void Rapid Kills, which won't work with the melee attack on Glaive, but will work with the regular attack. And we have Hands On to get increased super regen. Then we have Impact Induction to help get our grenade back when we do those melee attacks. A final fragment I would use over the Echo of Exchange once we unlock it, or the Echo of Domineering. I'm not sure which one I would change out. Would be this one right here, Echo of Starvation, where picking up an Orb of Power will grant Devour. So this build, you're already invisible all the time. You have constant health regen from Will of Tenacity, then also the fragment where it will start regen on melee final blows. So it's already almost impossible to die, even on like the hardest content. But why not just throw in Devour too, you know? Well, just why not get more grenades and that constant health regen of getting your full health bar back on kill. I mean, at that point, I think you would have to be trying to die with this build. I was running this during our 3rd legendary campaign when I was playing Hunter, and if you haven't played 3-man legendary campaign, the enemies definitely have way more health than the solo one, and I was still chaining this and being invisible for like 95% of the time. And for whatever reason, if you lose the chain and you don't have your dodge to restart it, all you have to do is just use the ranged attack on the Glaive and just suppress a few targets from far away, which will give you energy for your least charge ability, which should be your dodge. And after doing that like 2 or 3 times, you're ready to do it again. You have your dodge, just start attacking the second you dodge, and then you're just invisible forever. And during harder activities, what you want to do is go after the red bars first, because you can chain the invisibility between them. And once you're done with all the red bars, the only thing left will be like the higher health targets or the mini boss, whoever it is. And at that point, if it's only like 1 or maybe 2 targets left, your attacks will suppress them and they can't attack you anyway. So it doesn't even matter at that point if you're still invisible. One thing that now that I'm editing the video that I forgot to mention is exotic of a choice. And that's because I really don't think it matters what exotic you use. There's none that really make or break the build. I've been using Orpheus Rig just to increase the damage of my super and get it back faster. We could also try something like Graviton Forfeit, but I don't think it's necessary at all. So really whatever exotic you want could be really anything. So yeah, this build is just completely broken. Even without the like infinite attacking while invis glitch, it's still extremely strong and allows you to become invisible for such a high % of the time. But then if you throw in the glitch of being able to attack while invis, it feels like you're just straight up cheating, honestly. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the commentary. Let me know what you think about this. Once again, my code error is 30% off for G Fuel. The rest of the video will just be some gameplay from the campaign / strike. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.